Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and in this video, yes, I am talking all about things that make your home look cheap and how to fix them. The girlies know that I am the one. I will tell you like it is because I'm in my villain era. So I am gonna be honest and 100% truthful about things that look cheap that we just don't like and how you can easily fix them. So the first thing we have to talk about is window treatments. This is the one thing, like designers love a great window treatment because they truly set the stage for the space. They make it look expensive and luxurious and beautiful and gorgeous like me, or they make it look like, you know, a builder grade tract home, whatever. Window treatments are the thing to upgrade in your space. And the number one thing I hate to see are blinds, vertical blinds, mini blinds, all of it. I don't like that because it doesn't look luxurious. It doesn't look expensive. It doesn't look good. And maybe it's functional and that's okay. Maybe your cat likes to play in the vertical blinds. Okay, I've heard it before, I know. But that does not mean you have to sacrifice. There are beautiful window treatment options available for every space. And I think you just have to be a little bit creative. You have to do a little bit of research and you can find them that are actually very affordable. In my home, I like solar blinds that have like that honeycomb feature because they're a little bit fabric. There's no cords or lines or whatever. You just pull them, tuck them away, and you get a little bit of that soft furnishing. It reduces an echo a little bit, adds some insulation, and I think that's great. And I also layer it with another window treatment. So behind me, I have linen curtains that have a great lining on them, and then I have that solar blind on the window, and that is actually very easy to do. It was relatively inexpensive. You can actually order them from most hardware stores online. You just measure your window, allow for some clearances, and there you go. And it's actually pretty inexpensive, so I think that's really wonderful. And if you're like, no, I absolutely love my vertical blinds, they're not going anywhere, choices, but you can actually find some that are looking pretty good and luxurious. You could do them oversized that look great. There are some that are actually sheer and they're really interesting. So there's always an option out there for you to figure out to find something that looks really great. And if you're renting, like maybe you don't want to get rid of the vertical blinds because you're gonna have to put them back up when you move out, that's absolutely fine. Take them down and put them in the garage, put them in a closet, put them under your bed, get them out of here and embrace beauty into your life. We can leave them in the past. Plus, you don't need to have those closed all of the time. We need some light into the space. You want your home to look gorgeous? That's a trick right there. That's a hack and it's free. Open the blinds, let some light in. I know all of the people in my neighborhood, their drapes are snatched shut and it's like, are you living in a cave? I don't like that. Let the light in, have some beautiful window treatments that are very functional and useful. Drapery doesn't even have to be super expensive. You can actually find some really cool ones that are like semi-custom, that are just hem to length, that are perfect. I'm actually gonna link some of my favorite options for window treatments, drapes, blinds in the description box down below. So if you are interested in finding out any of my favorites, be sure you check them out there. And I know that interior design can be a little daunting, especially when it comes to figuring out the window treatments that are correct in your space or any of those small, fine details. Maybe you're just looking around, you're like, what is wrong with this space? I don't know what to do. I actually do know what to do. So you can book a consultation with me to answer any and all of your decorating needs using the link in the description box down below or going to intro.co/GarrettLeChic. Now the blinds may be causing some problems, okay? And you may wanna have blinds on your windows. Don't be that person without any unless you're like that neighbor that likes everybody looking in. Love the fantasy for you, but not the visual for us. Something else that makes a home look cheap that we can easily change and fix to make it feel more luxurious and more beautiful is the rugs. Yes, I know everyone has told you like, get an oversized rug. All of the furniture needs to fit on the rug. Yes, that's true, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those bath mats. I'm talking about the runners. I'm talking about the doormats. Get them all oversized, get them all bigger or longer. That way they feel more luxurious because you can play with the proportions and dimensions of a space by extending the size of the rug. If you want that room to look bigger, get a bigger rug. If you want that hallway to look longer and more expansive, get a longer runner. In the bathroom, get an oversized runner to make the space feel a little bigger. Yes, I know the idea of that is like, what? Get something bigger to make the room look bigger? Wouldn't it be smaller to see more of the floor? No, actually it's not. That oversized rug is instantly going to make the space feel more layered, more detailed, more luxurious. But to get like a longer runner, you're extending the lines. That's what makes your space feel bigger or smaller, longer or shorter, is to play with the dimensions, the proportions of it by extending some of those lines visually. And getting that longer runner instantly does that. Do the same thing in a kitchen. Get an oversized mat to put in front of your sink. Not only because you have more space to stand there that's more comfortable, but you also are extending the lines of that kitchen, making it look more expansive and instantly making it look more luxurious, more expensive, and not cheap. Having that teeny tiny little square runner there, like, okay, we get it. Like, it's a little mat, it's probably functional, but it doesn't look great. You can instantly do something more luxurious and more beautiful. And if you're that person, you're like in the kitchen, you're like, you know what, I need a specific cushioned mat to stand here. You actually can get carpet padding that like goes under a carpet that's installed, cut it to length, and that actually works perfectly to get you that cushion there. You can double up on them. You can actually get like a Serta memory foam cushion pad to go underneath any rug in your home. And that also makes it feel very luxurious to have that extra cushioning there. And that's not something that's particularly expensive or difficult to do. You can also pick that up at any hardware store and add it under a rug. Yes, just like everyone else, I believe rugs make or break a space, but I'm always gonna keep it real with you and tell you the truth and give you my honest opinions, which if you've been here a while, you absolutely know that. I don't hold back because I am in my villain era, as I have already stated multiple times, which is why if you're not already a member of the LeChic family, you definitely should be. You're missing out. And to join us, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It helps me out a lot and I would absolutely appreciate it. And it also costs you nothing. And you want the luxury home tip and trick hack right there, that's the tea. Something I don't like, and something that it doesn't just make your home look cheap, but it also makes it feel cheap, is a cheap pillow insert. Ugh, absolutely not. I don't like that. I like to be comfortable in my home. And I think that you do too. I think that's an expectation most people have. So upgrading the inserts in your pillows, oh, it instantly makes them look and feel so much more luxurious, so much more expensive, because it just has a quality feeling to it. And I'm talking about, don't go and get the like 99-cent, you know, polyester fill pillow insert, because it's just gonna get hard and stiff over like the next week, and then it's gonna look like gross. You don't want that. You can find like a down alternative pillow insert that feels very plush and luxurious, that's comfortable to lay on and relax, and can be styled a little bit. You all know I have my like signature pillow fluffing hack and trick. You do it the top chop and then you hit it with the double side chop for that instant luxury plush look and feel that's actually very comfortable. And I'm not someone that's precious about like, oh, the pillows always have to be fluffed perfectly, don't sit on them, don't mess them up. Like, no, literally sit on them and mess them up, because I'm gonna go behind you and fluff them so that they're comfortable for the next time someone sits there. Like, that's the tea. You want the actual secret, the tip there, that's what you do. But don't get a cheap pillow insert, because it doesn't feel good and it doesn't look beautiful. You don't just want your pillows to be tossed on the sofa and laid there. Like, maybe that's what you're gonna do and that's fine, but we want a cushy, a plush, a dense pillow to relax on, to embrace. Like in your bed, you wanna have good pillows because that's what your head is resting on, right? Like on your sofa, you want to have great pillows. So look for a luxurious pillow insert. Doesn't even matter the cover, well, we'll talk about the cover, but that luxury pillow insert instantly makes them feel more luxurious and expensive. Something that I have noticed is that pillow inserts, they have less and less filling in them. So you may want to look for something that's oversized, get like the next size up insert to fit into that pillow, and it makes it feel like extra dense and plush, luxurious. That's a great tip and trick to get a cheaper pillow insert. You just get a bigger size that has a little bit less filling in it for that perfect fit at a better price. Now, I said we were going to talk about pillow covers, and for me, the tip, the trick, the secret, the hack is actually to get them double-sided. Just like this pillow I have right here, it's double-sided. Now this is actually a Kelly Wearstler fabric, and it's a really beautiful print, and you know, like this room has a lot of off-whites and creams, so it works beautifully in here. But you know, this pillow is double-sided. It's got a little lint on it, but that's okay. When you do this, you get that same visual from all sides. And so it doesn't matter if you get something on one side, you turn the pillow around and it looks fine. But when you're floating a living room, for example, or you approach a sofa from the side or behind, I don't want to see just like a white backing here. I want to see the same thing front to back because it just looks better, more luxurious. It's more all-encompassing from every side. And I think there's something to be said for finding that one-off pillow somewhere like at, a Home Goods or at, a little home decor store that isn't double-sided. Okay, get one of them or two of them if you really, really recognize and you really like that pillow. I think that's okay to have that quirky little moment there. But when it comes to the majority of accent pillows in your space, just make sure they're double-sided. And it doesn't even have to be double-sided in the same fabric. Like, this is a particularly expensive fabric, so yeah, it costs a little bit extra to have it double-sided, but if I had gone for this on one side and then color matched it with this on the back with something else like a velvet or another linen, that would have been fine too because I'm still getting that all-encompassing look and feel. You could even pipe it in an accent color and then it's less noticeable, but doing something great with your accent pillows can make a sofa look more expensive, chairs look more expensive, but doing the wrong thing can actually make a very expensive sofa look like a very cheap one, and nobody wants that. Something that always looks cheap in a home is when you have something real and something faux next to each other. I'm not that person that's gonna be like, absolutely nothing faux, because sometimes that is the best option for your lifestyle. But it's going to make it look fake if you have something that is fake and something that is real next to each other. We're gonna take marble, for example. You cannot replicate the finish of marble. Like porcelain does a really good job at mimicking the lines and the colors of marble, but the finish always looks different. And I'm not mad at the finish on porcelain. I think it's great. Find it like dug up from like, Roman times and it's still in great condition. So porcelain is wonderful, but the finish on it doesn't look like marble, and the finish on marble doesn't look like porcelain. So having the two of them next to each other is going to make the porcelain look like porcelain, not like marble. And you want to break that up and have that variation there. So like if you're going to do the porcelain countertops in your kitchen, I say go for it. Hey, they're super durable. It's hard to find someone to install them, but that's beside the point. Don't do a waterfall edge with a real marble floor, because then it's going to be obvious that one of them is not marble. And the same thing goes for quartz. If you're gonna get a quartz that looks like marble, don't do an actual marble backsplash with it because it's going to make it look like quartz. It's not gonna make it look like marble. And it's just about not having something fake and something real next to each other. Don't take, oh, we have original hardwood floors in this area of the house and we want something solid surface, so we're gonna do a vinyl plank in a different color over there. No, it's gonna look like vinyl. It's not gonna look like wood. Do tile there, extend the wood into there, do something completely different in there so that we don't have that feeling of something fake and something real next to each other. Now, if you have that real wood floor and you wanna go for porcelain, absolutely do that. It's a great combination, but don't do porcelain in here and marble over there. That's gonna be an obvious giveaway that something is faux, something synthetic. I would much rather see in a bathroom for you to do like a marble mosaic accent floor and do like a pre-built vanity with an actual marble top, and then do white subway tile. Keep it classic, keep it simple, and I know a lot of people are gonna probably drag me, be like, this is a video about things that are cheap and you talk about subway tile. Yes, I am, because it's a classic. And if you knew anything classic, your home wouldn't be cheap looking, would it? But having something that is faux next to something real is going to make that thing that looks real look even realer, and the thing that's faux make it look even faker. So you don't want to be the person that puts yourself into that situation. Marble is great, wood is great, all of the synthetics are great also, depending on the quality of them, of course, but you don't want to put them next to each other because that instantly makes something look inexpensive, makes one of them look cheap and one of them look fake. The number one thing you can do to make your home look expensive and luxurious is all about editing. It's not about just adding more and more and more stuff. That doesn't look expensive. It doesn't look luxurious. It just looks like a lot of stuff. You want to make sure you are editing and saying, okay, what message are we sending? How are these things layering together? And do we need less of it? Do we need more of it? Editing is all about the detail, and it's all about that visual look and feel of the space. If it's too much stuff going on, it just looks like a bunch of stuff going on. It doesn't look luxurious or expensive to us. And sometimes it's about the overall styling of accessories and decor. Sometimes it's about the number of patterns you have in a space. editing and reducing is going to make a space look more luxurious. For me, I like for my accessories and decor to be relatively low and streamlined. I don't want to have just a ton of stuff all over the place all together. And something that's an accent, a sculptural piece, a piece of artwork, or something really great that, you know, like one of the things I collect, that can be a little bit bigger. That can be a standout and a staple moment. The lamp can be a bigger standout staple moment, but everything else should be very streamlined and a little bit lower. You also want to focus on that editing. What's the color scheme look like? Does this make sense? Is it stealing attention from the rest of the space? You don't want that. Editing is all about the details, all about the eye you have, and you may have to train yourself into that. Look at magazines, expose yourself to more interior design to reduce the amount of stuff you have in your space. And actually, I think it's really great to look at some really high-end design, some minimal design, look at traditional design and see what have other people done with the space that's similar to yours or a similar feature, item, element, detail. You know, what's happening in their bathroom, what's on their vanity and countertop. Maybe you need to add more storage to eliminate a lot of the products you have out there that you use. On your coffee table, do you need to have 2 fake plants? No, you don't. Get rid of one of them, get rid of both of them, and put a real plant there. That's great too. You know, there's lots of things you can do that are editing, and it's about reducing. You know, in this room, this background you're looking at is very white. We have like off-white walls, and off-white sofa, the lampshade is white, the doors are white, all of it. But that's because I have a lot of other colors happening. I have a really vibrant rug and artwork. So reducing here and editing means that I can have those things and they feel natural in the space. And that's what you want to do in your space. So if you have something that's a really bold color, you probably don't need a lot of accessories to accommodate that color. And if you have something like this room that is very neutral, you can actually use a lot of that color to create some fun and impact through editing by adding more, and that's great too. Now that we talked about some things that actually make your home look cheap that you don't need, and we also talked about how to fix them, love that for us, let's talk about expensive design that you don't need in your home because it may be expensive, but it doesn't look like it. Be sure you check out this video right over here, and I will see you over there.